Great. Hi. So everybody, welcome to our Kids Talk Show. So today our guest of honor is Miss Navya Khadloya. Hello Navya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So can you give a quick introduction about yourself so that our audience can know who are you, how a great personality you are?
I am Navya Khadloya. I'm in sixth grade, and um, my favorite subject is science. My hobbies are
Mhm.
solving the Rubik cube and um, playing chess.
Okay, you like science, you like to solve Rubik's Cube, and you also like to play chess. Wow, you're more of an intellectual loving girl. Great. So that's nice. That's nice. So you mentioned you love science. Can you tell me like what part of science you like the most?
Chemistry and physics.
Chemistry and physics.
And in
Oh,
physics,
uh-huh.
and in physics, I like astronomy.
In physics, you like astronomy. Oh wow, that's very deep, very deep. So what attracts you towards science subjects? Like why do you like science? Because many kids like social sciences, they like arts, but you like science. So what is the relationship between you and science?
Actually, I don't know. I like it.
Okay, you don't know, but you like it. That's right. That's right. And some things we love or we like, but we sometimes don't know why do we like it. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. So you said you like astronomy. So is there any recent scientific study or any astronomical fact that you remember, which you think it's too good to know? Or any
Um,
physics thing, any chemistry thing, which you would love to share with our audience?
there are actually five dwarf planets.
How
Not
many? Five dwarf planets.
Yeah, that
Okay.
we may be many dwarf planets, but right now we have discovered five.
Mm-hmm.
The
Interesting.
five are Pluto, Eris, Ceres, Makemake, Haumea.
Okay, Pluto. It's only Pluto that I've heard. What are the others? Can you slowly repeat once more?
Eris,
Huh?
Ceres, Haumea,
Okay.
Makemake.
Oh wow. So where are these dwarf planets? Like they're out of our solar system now?
No, all of the dwarf planets are after Pluto, but the closest dwarf planet is Ceres. It's located in the asteroid belt.
Okay, it's located in an asteroid belt.
It was an asteroid.
Okay, it's sort of an asteroid. Oh
Yeah.
wow. That's nice. That's nice. So you said you have a lot of love for science, maths, chess, and Rubik's Cube. So there are these sports and these subjects are more of an intellectual thing. So if I give you an option, okay, let's dream. Okay, let's dream. And if we can become, or we have to choose one profession out of this, which one would you choose? Just the amount of love you have for the subjects, according to that. The future might be different. That is right.
Wait, what did you say? What do
I
I
said,
have
like,
to?
what would you like to become? Since you're liking science, chemistry, maths, Rubik's Cube, and chess. So which profession would you take up?
I would take up, of course, scientist because that's the main dream.
Oh, you would take up to be a scientist. Very nice. Very good. Very good.
And
That's very nice.
part time, I would play chess and I would I would sing and do things.
Okay. So part-time you will play chess.
Yeah,
Great.
and play chess and also play football.
Okay, and also football. Very nice, very nice. That is so good, Navya. So you love many sports. That's a very interesting thing. And so, what are your thoughts on chess? Can you give us a slight help? Like, how is chess connected with science, or do you anytime connect chess with science or any other subjects, or is chess helping you to understand other subjects better? Is there any relationship between chess and other subjects, according to you?
Actually, in school, I see bishops and knights trying to checkmate the king, and I find unusual ways that this could happen. But but the
Mhm.
and the and we can think of chess anytime we want to. We don't need a board for it.
That's right. That's
And,
absolutely correct.
and chess has m- many possibilities. Like
Yeah, correct. Chess has many possibilities. You're absolutely right. So chess also helps you to improve your visualization. As you can said, you are able to see pieces. So that's not something crazy. That's the beauty of our human mind, which we can see pieces. We do not need a bow to visualize. And the same knowledge applies to also solving other problems, right? When you are trying to understand astronomy, as you said, you have five dwarf planets in our few are in the asteroid belt and few are in the solar system, which is like slightly out. So you what do? You are not going to the space, right? We're visualizing it. So that's right. Chess can help you to visualize things better, and I totally admire it. So is there any funny chess story that you have in your life which we would like to share with our audience? Any funny chess story?
I was playing against my mother, and
Mm-hmm.
I was really very overconfident because my mother, I always bet. That was the first time I played with my mother. But
Mm-hmm.
that day I bet my father, and he is the second best player in in my home. The first best player
Mm-hmm.
is my grandfather. So
Mm-hmm.
my mother even loses to Eva because she doesn't have much practice. So I thought I would
Okay.
win, but I forgot to make. But the last thing I knew, I played a checkmating move, but I
Okay.
forgot. I didn't see a rook coming right down to do a back rank checkmate.
Oh. That's a very wonderful moment. Very nice. Nice. So, see, overconfidence is actually injurious to sort of anything which we pursue in our life. Okay, but very nice story. Very nice story. That's a very funny story because usually it's a very beautiful memory to defeat one of our parents when we are learning chess, and that were with knowledge, and we are too
Never
confident. Then they
defeated
defeat
my
us. It's
mother
too nice.
yet because my mother doesn't even play with me.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So, okay, let's go to the school part. So you said when you are sometimes, learning some other subjects, sometimes you also think about chess, you think about other subjects, you love science, physics, chemistry, you also love to play football. So how is school going?
But except two subjects, like they just
Okay, so
um
what are the two subjects that you don't
Marathi
like?
and Hindi. because I
Marathi
simply
and
because it's the first time I came to India and I'm studying there in schools because Marathi, o- Hindi is okay. I know little, but
hmm.
Marathi it doesn't. It just it is not.
Hmm. Slightly difficult.
I
It is
don't
slightly
understand
difficult.
it.
Yeah. Is slightly difficult, but it's also a very beautiful language. Like our Indian culture has a bunch of languages, and out of which Marathi is also one of a very beautiful and ancient languages we have. So yeah, it is difficult, but it is also easy to master. You can only master if you stop hating it. If you hate Marathi, you might not learn Marathi. It's like that. You have to accept that language
But
with open
now
heart.
I'm scared more because Sanskrit is also going to come.
Yeah, Sanskrit, it is very naturally derived from Sanskrit because if I've read an article a few years back which said Marathi is the only Indic language that exists which has at least 80% above Sanskrit words still used in the recent vocabulary of speaking. So it's good. Other languages have slightly, shed down the Sanskrit origin words, but Marathi has it. That's a new thing. Wonderful. Great. So you will cope up, you will cope up, but just stop hating and try to, read more poems or passages and try to understand the meaning and try to relate it with the languages like English and Hindi. One day you will obviously become better. Because to be honest, even I have learned Marathi. Even Marathi is not my first tongue. But when I moved to part of Maharashtra, I have, learned Marathi in a very good way. I talk in Marathi whenever I meet my friends. So languages can be learned very easily. Okay. Great. So, is there any science projects which you are involved in your school? Since you are more of a science girl, so are you involved in any science projects?
Um, right now, no, because I'm not in school. But usually, when there's only one science exhibition that occurs
Mm-hmm.
every year, so I always want to take part in it. But on in fifth standard, that was not. I wasn't able to take part in it because um I was changing my mind about the experiments, and usually I'm not a kind of like sticking the pieces together to make something. You
Mm-hmm.
with hot glue gun especially, because
Mm-hmm.
that if I try to stick something, it just comes out. So that that year I was very I was not able to take part because
Okay.
and then
Okay.
next year, like in sixth standard, I
Mm-hmm.
was able to take part because um I didn't I did a project in which I was make we can make electricity using our hands, like muscular energy. Last year I didn't use electrical things, so I didn't do anything. But I think that electrical I'm better in electrical things than
Hmm.
usually.
Good. 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 So, so like any research projects you have done in your school related to any topics like pollution, or because in
Yes.
schools there are some topics like pollution or how can we improve the environment. So, have you sort of researched on these topics in your school groups?
My school doesn't have any such topics, but there was an exam called the Homi Baba exam. So
Mm-hmm.
after the first two levels, there was a third level in which we have to make the research project. So um, I, I picked the topic of cosmetic packaging plastic
Mm-hmm.
because the topic was fashion and environment. So the
Okay.
cosmetic packagings were usually made of plastic, so I picked that topic.
Okay, so you researched on that. How can we make the packaging, which is involved in sort of all of the products, especially cosmetics, how can you make it more, you can say environment friendly? Was that your topic?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So what were your key observations? Like, since plastic is a very big concern in today's modern times, so what are your thoughts on this? And what have you learned from that issue?
Um. Yeah, I learned that plastic, plastic. I learned that the a fact I learned that is that the Nestle company produces the most
Mm-hmm.
amount of plastic. I know it's not cosmetic related, but I learned that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they they use plastics like if somebody um took a
Mm-hmm.
cup of
Coffee.
coffee, so they they use the plastic. They don't reuse. They don't even try to reuse the plastic. They just throw it, and most of the usually most of the plastic comes from their company, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and and for cosmetic companies, they are trying to do something because I researched on Google, and some companies like Mac, they are if people give them empty containers of lipstick, they would give them
Okay.
a free
Mm-hmm.
a free lipstick. So,
Wonderful. That's
but
great.
I don't know how efficient it is because maybe they don't even clean the lipstick bottle again, or maybe
Hmm.
they're just acting like they don't even do anything to it. They just throw it to the landfill.
Right, right, right.
I
That's
don't know.
correct. So, have you like worked upon any? solutions that you thought when you were researching on the cosmetic and the pollution, plastic pollution that is dumping that is getting dumped by these big giants. So, what are your any solutions that you came up with that this is how we as humans should do to curb the plastic pollution?
Yeah, I came up with a solution that a container recycling bin would be kept at my all schools in my city right now. So
Mm-hmm.
s- children should be told to bring bring cosmetic bottles and deposit them at the recycling bin, and the recycling bin would they would make the bottle into smaller pieces, like it would
Yeah, shred it.
uh,
It will shred it into
yeah,
small
shred it,
pieces.
shred it.
Good, good.
Yeah. So we would we would hire somebody who would take the shredded plastic into recycling factories, and it would be recycled there.
Okay, and then we can make a new product out of it or something else. That's interesting. That's a very good way to recycle and reuse the plastics. So it basically starts with awareness of what we treat with. So if that awareness starts from a very early age, like as you said, kids in your school and in your area are also following this, where they do not throw the plastic away. They go to a dustbin and they dump the plastics there. So when these type of ideas and experiences are helped for the kids at a very early age, then at least when they grow big, they are not going to create that much of plastic pollution. So that's wonderful. That's very, very
My
nice. And
father,
I just, Mhm,
my father only taught me about this plastic pollution because looking at other kids in my city,
mhm.
I would also throw chips wrappers everywhere on
Oh,
the floor because I and then my father told me to pick it up and throw it in the garbage. And
very
one
nice.
thing I noticed here that there aren't like garbage facilities everywhere. I didn't even see one trash can usually when
Hmm.
I go to school or somewhere.
Correct,
Uh,
correct.
So where
Absolutely
do
right.
they throw the things? They should
Right, right, right. So that's a
put
major concern. Very nice, very nice. So great, a very good learning that your father has imbibed in you, Navya, and you also picked up very well because usually there are some kids who might directly say, "Oh, I don't want to pick it up." Correct. But you picked it up, you throw it in the garbage because you understand that it's not a good thing, it's not a good gesture to litter around, right? So we have to do the best we can do for our mother nature by not spreading pollution by picking up the litters and taking it to the dustbin and throwing it. And yes, the number of trash cans are less. So there should be a slight improvement in the number of trash cans so that at least the people can throw to proper places rather than littering around. A very good thought shared by you. Okay, so now let's have some fun. You also mentioned that for you, friends are quite important, right? So, what are the some things that you like to have fun with your friends? Like, what is the enjoyment that you do? Because you're more of a science girl, you like maths, you science, and usually, you like books, you like to read since you are into science. So, how do you enjoy your time with your friends?
um I don't like to make new friends because I don't like to talk to people who I don't know. But the friends that
Mhm.
I have, they usually came up to me to who are you, like what do you do, like this. So then they became my friends. With my
Mhm.
friends, I like to in school I play with them
Mhm.
on the ground that we have. We eat lunch together, and usually we also sit together during class time. And and when we go home, like summer vacations, we
Mhm.
we call each other and tell, can I come? Can I can when should we meet? When should we play? And I had a few friends in US, so I also I also talk to them by Gmail. So
Good, good.
they're also in my touch. And the first friend I had, I also talked to them, and they I wish him at every birthday, and they wish me at every birthday. So
Oh, that's great.
remember our birthdays, our friends' birthdays.
That's
So
sweet. That's very sweet. Very sweet. Okay. So let's use our imagination and also let's have fun now. Now imagine that you are the leader of your school for a day, like you are just the principal, because those are the main leaders. If you're the principal of your school, what will be the immediate three changes you would make to improve the
in my
school?
in my school there are very less sports facilities, like nothing. If you
Okay.
nothing for sports. I joined a karate class in my school, and 100 people
Mhm.
were learning karate at the same time. How would you able to
Okay.
teach? So
That's right.
the first thing I would change is hire more teachers in the sports facilities and
Hmm.
make a bigger ground. And for recess time, I would change it to 1 hour because right now it's half an hour. How would kids play in just half an hour? I take half an hour to finish my tiffin.
Okay.
So half an hour for
So the sports
tiffin and half
facility.
an hour
What's
for
next?
playing.
Okay. So what is the next topic you would improve?
Um, I would improve, like in my school. There's less sports and much study. So I would
Mhm.
I would make library periods, and the
Mhm.
school library is very small. I thought that,
Mhm.
yay, a library in school. I would be able to go there every day and read books, but that's not.
Okay, great. I love the idea to have a bigger libraries because in other countries, especially in the more developed countries like America and Europe, you find libraries which are very big, where where kids can come study and whatever they want to, they can study. But usually in our Indian schools, we have libraries which is just one small room,
Yeah,
and
I
you have a
went to
great
the library
insight there.
because of my school's library. I talked to my father, and I I took I told him to take me to a library in my local area. I went there,
Mhm.
and he took a pass, and the the amount we like how much children books were there? About 100,
Mhm.
only 100, and most of them were torn, and their pages were torn. Then,
Okay.
but we took two books from there, and those books were so. I liked the book, but I wanted better books that I had at my home.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Great. So Navya, so you have a good insight towards the world, and you also and try to find solutions whatever problem you have faced right now. You pick it up the plastic pollution, or you see you have very less facilities in your school, so you have a vision to at least if you get to become a principal one day, you'll obviously improve the facilities of your schools and also the library part. You have a nice take on that. So, what are your observations about kids nowadays of your age? Like, is there anything going wrong with the kids? You would like to share some experiences and insights? What improvement we do,
So
parents?
I live I live in a seven-story building. Each of the floors are filled with my cousins. So
Hmm.
usually there are there are only three children of my age. So I only play with them and my sister, of course. So
Hmm.
um, wa- they always watch phone and TV. So
Oh,
whenever I call them from playing, they
hmm.
they tell me that we'll play at 5 o'clock, and then they never come. So that
Hmm.
that makes me angry on them. And
Exactly. Hmm.
and then and when they and and when like playing time is there, and I am not available to play, then they just shout on me and say, "You never come to play. You never come to play."
Okay. So you feel, even you feel at your age that using mobiles should not be the right way to deal, right? We should not have
Yeah,
that much of
because they
mobile
play football
usage.
on mobile. They should play real football. I also have a
Ah.
football ball, but it it's right there in a corner and it does nothing.
Hmm. Hmm. It's very great to see that kids your age know that you should not be given mobile phone. You also want to love to go out and play with real sports, real football, real people. And right now, kids are busy on the screen, scrolling things and playing virtual football. So and since kids at your age are able to understand this, so I think it's a good amount of time for parents to also understand that kids need natural touch as compared to the touch by the phone. So wonderful, Navya. It was lovely interacting with you. You shared your insights in a very good way, in a very mature way. Um, and the way you handle the situations that is getting created around you just because you don't have enough friends or you have limited friends due to less facilities you have in the school, your take on pollution. It was very, very amazing to learn and see from you. And I'm very happy that you pinpointed out the problems that now kids are facing when they are